Welcome to our asphalt maintenance seminar tutorial. Parts of this tutorial come from a continuing education program from the state of Arkansas by W.H. Reynolds. How can we extend the life of pavement? Preserving pavement is a huge concern whether you are a homeowner, a business owner, a city, a county, or an engineer who is in charge of highway maintenance. In general, very few of us know why our driveways, parking lots, and streets deteriorate, and while we spend millions trying to extend the life of asphalt. And have you ever wondered why private drives, bicycle paths, and parking lots tend to go to pot faster than the streets? We'll answer these and other questions in this mini pavement maintenance seminar. To be honest, the asphalt industry has not been interested in protecting and preserving asphalt in the past. Cheap oil and the need to dispose of waste from the petroleum production made asphalt and many of the coatings used to make asphalt pretty are a perfect dumping ground for the petroleum industry. The asphalt industry has developed many different coatings and so-called sealers to make asphalt look pretty. Many of these coatings are applied annually or every couple of years in the guise of protecting the asphalt. Some coatings actually shorten the life of asphalt. In this presentation, we will explain the difference between topical asphalt coatings and the newer scientifically designed sealer from HAWKSEAL that will permanently protect and preserve your asphalt. Weathering and oxidation starts immediately and is the major cause of pavement failure, and it occurs throughout the life of the pavement. The majority of damage occurs during the first 2 to 4 years before the pavement is protected from absorbing moisture. Typically, sealers are not applied until years later when some form of deterioration is already beginning to show. People tend to want to get some use out of their pavement before they think about spending more money to preserve it. And this delay in sealing the pavement sets the stage for earlier failure and a shorter lifespan for your pavement. Weathering and oxidation removes the light asphalt particles from the surface of the pavement through evaporation. This causes the top half inch of the pavement to dry out and become more brittle than the rest of the pavement. This brittleness then begins the premature cracking and or rattling of the surface, opening up the pavement to moisture and damage from freeze and thaw cycles in the north and extreme hot weather and rain cycles in the south. When construction is finished, the typical level of compaction leaves the asphalt with 5 to 8% air voids that can take in moisture. Asphalt pavement will decompress without sufficient traffic to keep it compressed, which allows it to take on more damaging moisture. Compaction is very important to the life of asphalt. Once the water gets into the pavement, the summer heat then causes the moisture to evaporate, taking the lights out of the asphalt with it. The lights are the smaller asphalt molecules, kind of similar to the difference in viscosity between diesel and gasoline. In other words, the lighter pieces just will evaporate and come up out of the asphalt and dry it out. This evaporation is what you smell on hot summer days waiting in traffic or walking across parking lots. And we've all smelled that. This evaporation reduces the ability of the asphalt in the pavement to hold the aggregate tight, allowing the pavement to begin cracking and spreading out, allowing even more moisture to penetrate the pavement. Over time, the moisture gets through the pavement into the base, which leads to alligating, potholes, and more repair, and eventually the high cost of overlay with a newer layer of asphalt or complete replacement. So if you can stop the moisture, you'll stop the deterioration. Traditional sealers provide more aesthetics and protection. They fail to address the primary cause of pavement failure, which is water getting into the pavement structure itself. In fact, they can actually trap moisture in the pavement, causing more damage. Traditional topical sealers are applied on the surface and they lay on the top of the asphalt like a lid on a pressure cooker. Summer heat then builds up steam in the pavement and carries the lighter asphalt molecules up out of the pavement, drying it out, causing premature. Oxidation also breaks topical sealers down and also the asphalt. You can see that as the black color fades away from both, and it allows more moisture into the pavement. You can smell the evaporation on hot summer days as the evaporation steams the light asphalt particles out of the asphalt. This dries out the asphalt and makes it brittle, creating more cracks. And then of course this sets it up for the next cycle of evaporation and contributes to damaging freeze-thaw cycles in cold weather. Asphalt has no structural strength of its own, and once moisture penetrates the pavement and softens the underlying road base, it will no longer support the pavement traffic, which leads to several types of failure. Rutting, potholes, alligating are some of the failures that lead to more expensive repairs down the road and also make the pavement look unappealing, which can also lower property values. Good surface water drainage is important to protect the underlying base for asphalt driveways, parking lots, and streets to prevent premature failure. Here's a close-up photo 20 years after being sealed. You'll notice that the left side of the screen, the pavement is cracked up, tremendous amount of alligating, and on the right-hand side you can see where the cracking stopped on the treated side. This pavement is now 25 years old and is still in good condition. Here's side-by-side photos of that street where we took the close-ups. This is 20 years later after being treated. HAWKSEAL is still protecting the west end of this particular street. And HAWKSEAL eliminates the maintenance cycle of crack filling, patching, and ultimately the high-cost overlay. It's one of the best investments in paving today. This 15-year-old street had all the normal cracking and deterioration for its age except for this particular spot. And this is where the distributor truck had dripped HAWKSEAL on the pavement overnight 10 years prior to this picture being taken. Notice how the cracking all stops from any direction when it reached that drip circle. HAWKSEAL literally stops the deterioration of pavement. We see this over and over and over. HAWKSEAL is the only asphalt preservative on the market with pavement still in service after 20 years with one application. As you can see, it has the potential for lasting a yet undetermined number of years more. HAWKSEAL becomes a part of the pavement structure. Once cured, it will not leach out or break down and becomes a permanent. The only way pavement will fail is if the pavement itself wears out, lack of proper drainage, or destructive overweight traffic damages it. HAWKSEAL replaces the light asphalt particles that have evaporated from the pavement from the UV rays and heat, which stops further deterioration of the pavement. HAWKSEAL's molecular structure is heavier than water. It's positively charged to pull the product into the pavement. The extract in HAWKSEAL softens the asphalt pavement to allow the copolymers to adhere to the asphalt and aggregate in the pavement, sealing the pavement from the top, from the bottom up. HAWKSEAL sets up like silicone in the pavement and is fully cured in 7 to 10 days. HAWKSEAL becomes impervious to the elements and a permanent part of the pavement. It also will penetrate through other sealers and coatings. It will penetrate through diesel fuel and oil spills. There's minimum preparation needed other than to remove debris and dirt and fill the cracks larger than 3/16 of an inch with a good quality crack filler. HAWKSEAL's design for C is designed for concrete applications such as bridge, decks, streets, driveways, and parking lots. HAWKSEAL E and C are water-based and will not harm the environment. They will not injure birds, insects, animals, or humans. They will not damage streams, ponds, or rivers. They will not make streets slippery. We recommend you don't drink it, and you should wear gloves and eye protection when you're working with it. Here's a professional endorsement from W.H. Reynolds from Paragould, Arkansas, an engineer with over 50 years experience in the asphalt industry, and whose credentials include writing the manuals, asphalt pavement design, and maintenance and repair of local streets for the state of Arkansas. This is what he has to say about his experience with HAWKSEAL. I personally have had projects with HAWKSEAL E for the past 9+ years in Paragould and Marion, Arkansas. I've tried to observe many different sealers in the past 46 years. Very few were penetrating sealers. The HAWKSEAL-E copolymer formula forms a flexible sealer similar to silicone. It is the only one I've had success with. The mixture fills and seals the pavement cracks and voids from the bottom up, preventing moisture from entering the pavement. This is one of the reasons I like HAWKSEAL-E. In addition, most cities and counties have very little control over the asphalt mix as it is laid. There is very little inspection or testing, if any, during the production, laydown, and the compaction of hot mix pavement. HAWKSEAL-E can eliminate and delay many of the common problems that stem from poor construction. We invite you to contact us to discuss your project or information for an applicator dealer near you. You can also do your own application, and we ship in 5, 15, 30, and 55-gallon drums and 250-gallon totes for those large jobs. You can email us at hawkseal@gmail.com, or you can visit our Facebook or our website at hawkseal.com. We hope this tutorial has been beneficial and that you've learned something about the maintenance of your asphalt, and we hope to do business with you. Thanks for your time.